You've probably heard time and time again that walking more is the key to staying healthy after 70. But what if I told you that doctors are now warning against relying solely on walking? Walking is a great way to stay active, but if it's your only form of exercise, you might be making a critical mistake, one that accelerates aging instead of slowing it down. As you age, your body needs more than just walking to stay strong, maintain balance, and protect your joints. Relying solely on walking while neglecting other essential forms of movement can actually lead to muscle loss, joint strain, and even an increased risk of falls. That's why experts are now saying that after 70, you should walk less and focus on these five areas instead. These are the real secrets to maintaining strength, energy, and independence in your later years. These simple changes can improve your mobility, protect your bones, and even add years to your life. Stick with me until the end because the last one is something most people never talk about, but it plays a huge role in your longevity. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so and turn on the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. If you enjoy this one, type 1 in the comments. If you don't, type 0 so I can improve and make better content for you. Now let's get started. Walking is a great way to keep moving, but if it's the only exercise you're doing, it could be setting you up for muscle loss after 70. Sarcopenia, which is the gradual loss of muscle mass, becomes one of the biggest threats to independence as we age. The problem is, walking alone doesn't do much to build or preserve muscle. It primarily works the lower body, but even then, it doesn't provide the kind of resistance your muscles need to stay strong. That's why doctors now emphasize that after 70, strength training should be a top priority. Strength training helps counteract muscle loss, improves balance, and keeps you strong enough to avoid injuries and falls. If you can still carry a heavy grocery bag without struggling, stand up from a chair without using your hands, or open a tight jar with ease, that's a great sign that your muscles are still working well. But if these simple tasks feel harder than they used to, it's likely because your muscles are gradually weakening, even if you don't realize it. Take someone like Robert, 74. He walked every day thinking that was enough to stay healthy. But one day he noticed he was struggling to lift a box that used to feel light. He also realized that standing up from the couch was harder than before. At first, he blamed it on aging, but his doctor explained that muscle loss happens faster if you don't actively challenge your muscles. So, Robert started adding basic strength exercises into his routine, like light resistance bands, bodyweight squats, and simple dumbbell movements. Within a few months, he noticed a huge difference. He felt stronger, more stable, and even had more energy throughout the day. Strength training doesn't mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight exercises like squats or push-ups, or even lifting household items. The key is progressive resistance, challenging your muscles just enough to keep them engaged and active. The benefits go far beyond just strength. Studies show that maintaining muscle mass is linked to longer life expectancy, better mobility, and even improved brain health. If you want to test where your strength is right now, try this. Sit in a chair and stand up without using your hands. If you can do this easily, that's a great sign. If you struggle, it might be time to focus on rebuilding your strength. And the best part? It's never too late. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, improve balance, and keep you independent for years to come. So if you're someone who's been relying solely on walking for exercise, consider this a wake-up call. Muscle is the key to longevity, and after 70, it's one of the most important things you can protect. Now that we've talked about the importance of preserving muscle mass, let's move on to another crucial aspect of staying healthy after 70, balance and stability. While walking keeps you moving, it doesn't always improve your balance, and that's something most people don't realize until it's too late. After 70, fall prevention becomes one of the most important aspects of maintaining health and independence. Falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in older adults. And many of these falls happen not because of weak legs, but because of poor balance. If you aren't actively training your balance, you could be unknowingly increasing your risk of trips, stumbles, and dangerous falls. You might think, I've been walking my whole life, so my balance must be fine. But balance isn't something that automatically stays strong. It gradually declines unless you actively work on it. Walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core the way balance-specific exercises do. And when your balance weakens, even a small misstep can lead to a fall that takes months or even years to recover from. Think about the last time you stood on one foot while putting on a sock or reached for something on a high shelf. Did you feel steady or did you have to grab onto something for support? Many people don't realize their balance is slipping until they experience a near fall. That moment when you feel shaken up and cautious with every step. That's what happened to Edward, 76. He was always active, but one day while stepping off a curb, his foot landed at an odd angle, and he suddenly lost his balance. He caught himself just in time, but that moment made him realize how vulnerable he had become. His doctor explained that simple balance exercises like standing on one foot, shifting his weight side to side, and practicing controlled movements could help rebuild his stability. Within weeks, Edward noticed a huge improvement. He felt stronger, steadier, and more confident in his movements. Balance exercises don't require a gym or special equipment. Simple movements like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or practicing slow controlled weight shifts can dramatically improve your stability. And the benefits go beyond just avoiding falls. Better balance means better posture, longer reflexes, and even improved coordination, making every movement feel more effortless and controlled. If you want to test your balance right now, try this. Stand near a counter for safety and lift one foot off the ground. See if you can hold your balance for at least 10 seconds. If this feels easy, that's a great sign. If you struggle, it might be time to start focusing on rebuilding your balance. Balance is one of those things that you don't think about until it's too late, but training it now can help keep you strong and independent for years to come. So if you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to start prioritizing balance because the best way to prevent a fall isn't just to stay active, it's to train your body to stay steady. Next, we mentioned the importance of balance, to talk about flexibility and the ability to move. Two areas very important to keep your joints healthy, especially after 70. While walking helps keep your feet move, it does not make much flexibility, and that becomes important when we get older. Over time, our joints naturally stiffen and our range of motion decreases. Movements that once felt effortless can start to feel restricted. Have you ever noticed that turning your head feels tighter than it used to, or that bending down to tie your shoes isn't as easy as it once was? That's a sign that your flexibility is declining, and when your mobility starts to shrink, so does your independence. The issue is that many people don't realize how important mobility is until they start losing it. Walking alone doesn't stretch your muscles fully, nor does it engage all the different movement patterns your joints need to stay functional. That's why doctors now emphasize that after 70, dedicating time to flexibility and mobility exercises is just as important as staying active, because it's what allows you to keep doing daily activities without discomfort or strain. Think about the last time you reached for something in the back seat of your car or tried to put on a jacket. Did it feel smooth or did you notice stiffness? Many people ignore these small changes, thinking they're just part of getting older. But in reality, what's happening is that the muscles and connective tissues around your joints are tightening over time, reducing flexibility little by little. This is exactly what happened to Walter, 78. He was still walking daily, but over time he noticed that getting out of bed in the morning felt stiffer than before. When he reached for something on the floor, he had to bend his knees more than usual. His doctor explained that the loss of mobility wasn't just about aging, but about not using his joints to their full range of motion. So Walter started incorporating gentle stretching, controlled movements, and joint exercises into his daily routine. Within weeks, he felt looser, more comfortable, and even noticed an improvement in his posture. Flexibility exercises don't mean sitting down and touching your toes for 10 seconds. Dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle yoga-inspired movements can make a world of difference. Simple activities like neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee-to-chest stretches, or ankle circles help keep your joints lubricated and pain-free. The benefits go far beyond just feeling less stiff. Greater flexibility means fewer aches and pains, better circulation, improved posture, and even a lower risk of falls. If you want to test your flexibility, try this. Stand up straight and slowly turn your head as far as you can to one side, then the other. Does it feel smooth or do you feel tightness? If you notice restrictions, it's a sign that your flexibility is decreasing, and now is the time to take action. Mobility loss is not inevitable. With just a few minutes a day of focused stretching, you can keep your body feeling younger, more mobile, and pain-free for years to come. So if walking is your main form of exercise, it's time to start focusing on flexibility too. Keeping your joints loose and your movement smooth is one of the most important things you can do to stay active and independent after 70. Now that we've talked about flexibility, let's turn our attention to another crucial area for staying healthy after 70. Core strength and posture. While walking keeps your legs moving, it doesn't do much for your core, and that's a major factor when it comes to maintaining a strong and stable body as we age. A strong core isn't just about having toned abs. It's about maintaining stability, preventing back pain, and ensuring that your spine stays properly aligned as you move. If your core is weak, you might start to experience lower back discomfort, balance problems, or even a tendency to hunch forward when walking, all of which increase the risk of falls and joint strain. Many people don't realize how important core strength is until they start feeling aches and pains that weren't there before. If you've noticed yourself slouching more, feeling stiffness in your lower back, or having trouble standing upright for long periods, it's a sign that your core muscles aren't doing their job properly. Walking alone doesn't fully engage the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen and lower back, which is why doctors emphasize that after 70, core and posture exercises should become a priority. Consider someone like Harold, 75. He was always active, but over the years he noticed his shoulders rounding forward and his lower back becoming more strained, even though he walked every day. His doctor explained that poor posture was putting extra pressure on his spine and joints, leading to chronic stiffness and an increased risk of imbalance. So, Harold started incorporating simple core exercises like seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, and abdominal bracing into his routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed less back pain, better posture, and even improved breathing capacity. Core exercises don't require a gym or special equipment. Simple movements like standing tall against a wall, engaging your lower abs while sitting, or practicing slow, controlled rotations can activate the deep stabilizing muscles that keep your spine aligned. The benefits go beyond just posture. A strong core means better balance, reduced joint strain, and even improved digestion since your abdominal muscles help support internal organs. If you want to test your core strength, try this. Stand against a wall with your back flat and your head, shoulders, and hips touching the surface. Can you maintain this position comfortably, or does it feel like you have to force yourself upright? If it feels unnatural, it's a sign that your posture may need work. And the sooner you start strengthening your core, the better. Posture and core strength are essential for staying active, avoiding injuries, and maintaining a youthful appearance. If you've been relying only on walking for exercise, it's time to focus on the muscles that truly keep you upright and strong. Now that we've covered core strength and posture, let's move on to another vital aspect of staying healthy after 70, joint protection and the importance of low-impact movements. Walking is an excellent way to stay active, but if it's your only form of exercise, it could be putting unnecessary strain on your joints, especially as you age. As we get older, our cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and shock absorption becomes less efficient. This is why many seniors start to experience stiffness in their knees, aching hips, or discomfort in their feet, even if they've been active their whole lives. The problem isn't necessarily walking itself, but the fact that walking alone doesn't provide the joint support your body needs. Many people assume joint pain is just a natural part of aging, but in reality, stiffness and discomfort happen faster when you aren't actively protecting your joints. Walking, with its repetitive impact on the same joints over and over again, can actually make this worse. This was the case for Raymond, 77. He was walking daily, thinking it was the best thing for his health, but over time he started noticing that his knees felt stiff and his lower back ached. His doctor explained that he needed to reduce the repetitive impact on his joints and incorporate low-impact movements to strengthen and protect them. So, Raymond began doing gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility-focused exercises. Within a few weeks, his pain decreased significantly without having to give up physical activity altogether. Joint-friendly movements include activities like water exercises, cycling, tai chi, or even simple chair-based stretches. These activities help increase blood flow to the joints, improve lubrication, and strengthen the surrounding muscles, all without putting excessive stress on sensitive areas. The benefits go beyond just pain relief. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, less stiffness, and greater ease of movement for years to come. If you want to test how your joints are doing, try this. Sit in a chair and slowly stand up without using your hands. Notice how your knees and hips feel. Do they move smoothly or do they feel stiff and achy? If there's any discomfort, that's your body signaling that your joints need more care. And switching to low-impact movements could make all the difference. Maintaining strong, healthy joints is about more than just avoiding pain. It's about preserving mobility, protecting your independence, and ensuring that every step you take feels effortless rather than painful. If you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to prioritize your joint health and start incorporating movements that help protect and strengthen your joints. As we wrap up, it's time to reflect on the key points we've discussed. If you've been relying solely on walking as your form of exercise, you might not have realized just how much more your body needs to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free as you age. After 70, your focus should shift toward protecting your muscle mass, improving your balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These are the elements that truly keep you active, independent, and healthy for years to come. Many people assume that aging means slowing down, but the truth is your body is still capable of improving at any age. Whether you need to work on strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes can make a huge difference in how you move, how you feel, and how long you stay independent. The key is to start now. Muscle, balance, and joint health don't decline overnight. It happens gradually, but the good news is that means you have the power to slow it down or even reverse it with the right approach. So, which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to incorporate it into your daily routine. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading your comments gives us motivation to continue creating valuable content for you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who could benefit from these insights. Your support helps us keep creating content that inspires and informs. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.